specific investigational techniques, the increased use of DNA, and I've given some figures at the earlier briefing, the increased use of ballistics, the way the case conferencing is done, the increased use of cyber forensics, all of these things come together with the very smart people I have in investigations, and we are doing that. We're putting them behind bars. But a lot of these guys, when who are highly violent, who are creating terror in the communities, are quite often have been through our investigative process already. They've been convicted and they're back out. Or they, after their sentence is served, and they're back into crime. So they know they will be caught. And that's why some of them become very violent when we try to capture them. But the team is up to that as well. So that would be the answer I'd give to that. Okay? It lays it out very clearly and becomes immediately accessible to our investigators. So they know exactly what to do to prove a case. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Commissioner. I understand we have a question. I understand we have a question from Kimon Francis on Zoom from the Gleaner Company. Go ahead.
Just one it's a twin question. I know you said once, but twin. 48 people charged and the seizure of 3 guns.
Could you hold a minute for me, Kimon? Hold your question a little. We'll just correct. Okay, Kimon, you can now go ahead with your question.
Okay, thank you for that. I would disagree that the lottery scam task force is failing. The lottery scam task force has been operating all along. As you see, working with the joint task force, some of the people we've arrested are actually lottery scammers. So the work against lottery scamming has been ongoing. I think it's only recently, as we've emphasized it, that people are starting to make the connection between this activity that people thought was, oh, well, it's almost a victimless crime, or the victim is in another country and it's providing money into a community. People are just making the connection between the violence that comes with the lottery scamming and that money and lottery scamming itself. The lottery scam task force has been doing its operations all along. They have sort of re-energized some of those operations as they're working with partners. It's been ongoing with our foreign partners and also the other departments of the force to deal with this matter of lottery scamming and the money from it. At the next press briefing that I do, as I said, there are some other things being done. I'll speak a bit more about that money and how we intend to take it from the gunmen and these gangs. So lottery scamming has become that funding entity. It's not done uniquely by the lottery scamming task force. It's an offense, and other departments of the force actually do it as well. And also MOCA also targets lottery scamming. We have had a number of extraditions around lottery scamming, and the work continues. It's very pervasive in the society, and people don't respond to it sometimes in the same way as they respond to other crimes, like violent crimes. so they don't as readily give up that information. But I'd just like to appeal to the public that lottery scamming is also a significant problem in this. It provides the funds to buy the guns that creates the gunmen and the gangs, the things that terrorize communities and create mayhem in our society.
Thank you very much, Commissioner. We have a question from Dominique, CVM.
On that note, Mr. Commissioner, what is the long-term vision or operation in tackling scamming and the migration of scammers?
Okay, so let me just say, the police force is a creature of law. There's a reason why we constantly advocate for changes in laws. And perhaps we have to do some changes in the laws around lottery scammers to deal with that. There's nothing that prevents a Jamaican citizen from going or moving anywhere in Jamaica. So you will find as the wealth increases that they're going to be moving around, and it's a sort of crime that you can do from almost anywhere that you have a connection, that you can get on a phone or another device and communicate. So our job and what we've been doing is collecting more and more intelligence on them and their activities. We're working with partners and with organizations to see the patterns of their behavior, and that is why what we're recovering is, in one instance, 53 lead lists. Lead lists all over the place. We're getting them. We're interrupting these scamming activities. Ultimately, however, they're going to be put before the courts, and depending on the sentencing or the regime that they're exposed to, they will either get back into business quickly or they'll be away for a while, anticipating alternates to lottery scamming. So from a policing perspective, we use the law, the intelligence, and the operations and skills that we have to deal with lottery scamming. We see it as a significant part of the overall problem, and so we're quite focused on it. Thank you.
Thank you very much.